giving them back to you.
Let's ask him when the patch is.
Yeah, we tried to save your bear, but somebody...
It's okay.
Somebody...
I had too many slots in my thing anyways. I brought it out to get killed, so.
so
Romo,
That's my take on your fucking pet pops.
I'm just wondering, should I tell my girlfriend to come over tomorrow night or not, if you know what I mean?
What's, you won't be busy.
Oh, I can see my girlfriend tomorrow night?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Sure.
Can I see my girlfriend the night after that?
I would say maybe if she asks you to go out on Wednesday, to be like you're probably indisposed, but I can't say for sure.
Oh, alright. I'll make sure my girlfriend's not coming over Wednesday.
I can't say for sure. That's just kind of like what it looks like.
Yeah, it's just my girlfriend. Anyway, nothing. Yeah.
Well, they want to make you unbusy around that time, but you might not be as busy depending if things goes well, if you know what I mean.
Ah, I see.
You'll
Well.
like this. So if you don't have Beast Mastery, your pets get a nerf 25%.
Really? That's good.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
It's funny. It's actually, I'm gonna take the hit on that one. It wasn't like that for a bit, and I kind of was like, no, you gotta nerf the nerf. And us internally we're like, yeah, we should do that. So.
Oh, I like this. Very good idea.
Yeah. So it scales about 25%. So if you have 100 Beast Mastery, you kind of get normal damage. But there's also another component where, so pets will have this focus bar. It's kind of like think of it as like a stamina / mana bar. And they have to build this bar for you to do normal damage. So once you're in the middle, so at 500, you'll actually do normal damage. So non-Beast Masters, their focus bar also gains slower. So they'll even be weaker initial, like when they first start attacking. I mean, there might be ways you can build your focus bar between, but essentially it's a pretty big nerf for pets altogether, but some of the abilities are pretty strong. But you have to, the closer you are to your pet, and if you're looking at your pet, your focus gains more. Beast Mastery will help it gain more. So if you're farther away from your pet, you're actually getting little focus gains.
Kill me, you fuckers!
So, basically...
Minus the mage, minus the mage.
Basically, pets are still going to be good, but they're going to be harder to use.
Yeah, so, yeah, there's, and like to use any of their abilities, you either have to be pointing at the target at the time. So you know how, like, right now, when if I look at you, and I look up, and you're the last thing I looked at, I could just press the attack button, and...
Yes.
Now that still will be in the game, but any of the Beast Mastery abilities, my cursor has to be actually on you.
Damn, okay, that's good. I like that. So it's
Yeah,
kind of like
and-
casting a spell on them.
Yeah, and or if it's like a self buff, you have to be looking at them. And so, like, obviously, like fighters, or so if the mage really wants to like increase his focus and like spam attacks with like the special attacks, he has to be kind of close to the pet, because as you go farther away, it reduces the focus gain, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting. Very interesting. So does every single pet have at least one ability or not quite?
Each pet has 4.
What? Even like the lynx?
Damn.
Lynxes, yeah.
Even bears?
Bears.
Are
every
all bears
pet.
the same, or is a black bear different to the
all,
white?
all bears are the same. The 3 cats are the same. And by
Like
3,
cougars, lynxes,
panther,
panthers.
and yeah, they all have the same ability.
What about the little
wolves
nightcrawler?
They have the unique abilities, but yeah,
Oh.
they have abilities.
Oh.
Now,
Info.
it's not final, but I'm pretty sure that the ritual pets won't get that 25% nerf I'm trying to push for it not because they're already kind of like weak.
Yeah.
So, and what they're gonna do with the Necro Pets is they're going to either give Beast Mastery abilities later, so they'll have unique abilities that are like kind of like undead themed, I guess. Or they're going to expand on the customization with like the car. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with this, Wilson, but there's a certain carcass, you know, that you can kind of use to modify the health, but they might do it so the carcasses give different abilities or different stats or whatever. Because like right now, it's basically put like a troll and you get the most health or whatever. So they want to customize that. We designed internally with the current gems and the artifacts. We took out the leniency, so it's not just like that. There's a gem that's 100% weaker and a gem that's like 100% stronger. There is a little bit of linearity, but there's more variation for like certain stats for all of them. So it's not going to just be like, oh, I need this to have the best. It's like, what do I want more attack? Do I want more ranged attack? Do I want more speed? Do I want more magic defense? That kind of shit, right? So they're going to do that, and I think expand on that. And then when tables come in for like the houses and the world tables, they should give a little bit of a long story short, because the Necro Pets are 100 points, they kind of have to play way different than the Beast Mastery, so they're not going to get abilities. But the Tupilak has abilities, which scale with necromantic rituals, so you don't need Beast Mastery for it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And do you think that they will have the stronghold trading and house trading out for this, or that like coming a bit later?
100%.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it works. Yeah.
Ooh, that's so good.
Yeah. Keeps. I don't think keeps work, and I don't think they intend for them to work because they're guild owned. So don't expect that. But
do you think weather will be in before Christmas, or is that coming maybe in the start of the new year or something?
No, honestly, this whole patch should have Beast Mastery, the item exchange, the weather, the necromancy mini buff with the gems could make it. But the thing is if things go like, there's a little caveat with the weather right now, which I feel like they got to spend another day or two on it just to get it quite right. But it looks really good at ground level. So when you're on the ground, everything looks really good. When you're kind of on a higher elevation, there's kind of like a blue fog right now, which kind of looks weird, and it doesn't improve your performance, so there's like no gain to it. So they gotta like adjust that a bit, but it looks really good, and it's not like storms and shit get spammed out, but the lighting's really nice. You'll notice it. I've gone through areas like the snowstorms are great. The like Meduli sunset looks really nice.
Oh, I'm excited.
The sky kind of has more color variance as well. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. But all those three things should be coming, no problem.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
excited for the first storm, like mid PvP fight.
Yeah, the rain looks good. It puts like a little bit of like a sheen on like stuff. I think like it does. The ground does look.
Can't wait to be in a duel with somebody and then all of a sudden get struck by fucking lightning.
Is pet armor coming or not?
I don't think so. I haven't seen anything on it. I know they're working on bags for a few creatures. I've seen Terrorbird bags, I've seen Turtle bags, but I don't think that's coming next patch. But I think they are planning on kind of adding it to a sprint, like secretly, in a sense. Like,
Oh, the secret.
well, you know, like it's not part of the sprint thing. I've just seen them working on it.
Yeah.
I think the Mulva armor got delayed, like a patch, so Mulva's...
I got one huge question for you, which you don't have to fully answer, obviously. But do you think that we will actually get TC within the next like 3 or 4 months, or do you reckon it might get pushed out?
Yeah, I think so. Because it's Sprint 5, and I feel like the Epic patch will be the longest. So my guess is
What are we gonna play?
stuff will probably come in like January.
Pizza Dimension.
And then
Yummy.
they should. If it were up to me, I would take a month and a half on that 100%, right? Because it's a big thing.
It's a big thing,
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
But we might have it before like April or something.
If you didn't get unless we decide to kind of really slow down to work on certain things, I'd be very surprised if we didn't have TC by March. Like, I'd be very surprised.
Wow.
And I think it's gonna come much earlier. So I'm thinking like maybe mid-February. But again, I'm just guessing. Things can change. I'm not the boss of that kind of stuff. So
True.
yeah.
Do you plan on changing how parcels work at all, or is that staying for a while?
I don't think parcels themselves are working, but they've always talked about like there's supposed to be different ways to like gain stuff. So I could be mistaken, but the epic sprint is supposed to come with nation conflicts. Am I correct on that? Do I have to relook that up? Because there's going to be like the new zoning, right? So like the high sec, low sec kind of thing, and there should be, from my understanding, like areas of the map that there's no murder counts, and there's areas of the map where they might have like a couple guards like here and there, like nothing
With
crazy,
yaks.
and not lichters or anything like that, of course, because that'd be stupid. But and then of course this around the cities will be a bit higher security. But I think with like nation conflicts, the way I would design it anyways is that I would have it like you sign up to be Curite, you sign up to be Tindremic, and then that's a whole other PvP game you can play. So if you see like a yellow player, I'm just throwing out a color, but let's say it's yellow. So if I was Tindremic and Tatsuya, you were Curite, I would see you as yellow, and we can just like fight each other. But that's how I think it will work. But they haven't talked to me a little bit about it. I'm trying to convince them to tie the assassination stuff to the national wars. So you basically, you sign up for a war, and if you have high enough rep on that faction and you're on an opposite faction, you sign up for like an assassination like you would a bounty hunter contract, but you get the opposite person. And so that way no blueberries who don't want to like be part of this at all have to get assassinated randomly. You have to sign up for it. So, but we'll see. It's kind of my pitch. That's why I hope it
And then-
works, but
And then the Reds can have to sign up if they want to get bounty hunted too.
yeah. So
Fucking help! Help! Fucking madman chasing me.
Oh shit.
yeah.
Oh yeah, what did you mean with pet buffs and debuffs? You're talking about buffs and nerfs or actual debuffs?
Like for pets.
Yeah.
So, as I said, basically all non-Beastmasters are getting a nerf, 100%. So, like, if you don't have Beast Mastery, your pet damage is automatically 25%
Good idea, Axe.
weaker.
So it means nerfs.
Yeah. However, when you're a Beastmaster, obviously you get the normal damage. There are pet abilities that do like extra damage or have effects and stuff, so like you can consider that like a bit of a buff, but you can't just spam them. And
Is there
There's this
any crowd control?
not really, no. Like, I don't want to reveal too much, but like one of the spiders can like web pull you, and that's about it. And
Whoa.
then like nothing can really slow you down.
Well, that's
I don't.
MO1.
Yeah, I don't think anything can slow you down or anything like that. It's mostly just like damage and like regen buffs or like
No.
damage buffs.
He said that he's
or
trying to
you-
make ritual pets stay the
to-
same damage, John, because they're weak already.
And the other mechanic is there's this thing called the focus bar. So when you pull your pet out of the stable, it's at 0, and then when it's in attack mode, the focus bar gets up. But the closer you are, you have to look at your pet and for it to really to go up really, and then the closer you are, the more it goes up. The farther you are, it takes a penalty. If you're not looking at the pet, the bar doesn't go up. That kind of thing. And if there's a threshold at 500, so if your focus is above 500, it does normal damage. But as your threshold goes, like if your focus goes down because you used an ability, your damage gets worse and worse and worse the lower it is. So. So yeah, so it's kind of like you got to manage your focus to get like normal damage kind of thing, and so people who don't have Beast Mastery aren't going to be able to like just pick up a turtle and just be as good as they were.
Do pets have stamp?
No, there's no stem.
Alright. You also said you're gonna disable, like, pet influence or remove it.
Yeah, beast influence is getting removed completely.
So, there's no range to pets. If I told it to attack, it's gonna follow me with infinite stam to the other side of the map.
Just like it is now, yes.
Oh my god. Bruh.
That's just how it works.
Wait, there is.
No.
Wait, what did you say? Infinite stamp?
Infinite stam, and there's no influence anymore, ever. So, if I told the pet to attack you, it's gonna follow you until it dies, or I ask it to follow me again.
Oh god.
Fuck that.
That's how it is already, though, isn't it?
That's how it works.
Yeah,
right
that's
now.
how it's not supposed to work.
So, but they can't go in the water and kill me, right? Surely not.
No, they
Thank you.
Okay, thank fuck. Oh my god, imagine.
No, they can't.
What's up, Crack?
Until the water pets come out, right?
Hey, who's this guy Cracker, by the way, boys?
But water
Cracker's a
pets
G.
is like way in the
Cracker's
future.
a
Cracker's
homie.
a G? Ah,
Like way long way.
take a seat, Crack.
I don't know why, but I see everybody is an up.
And we got Randy
Yeah,
Savage
no,
coming in.
I think it's more or less a good change. I think tamers needed to be
Hey, Randy,
kind of
pull
like
up the
hit
seat.
in the face a bit.
I think the main
Yeah.
issue for tamers personally is still going to be the issue of houses and stuff. That's still going to be a
That's
hinder on them no matter
supposed to
what.
be
Yeah.
the elementalism patch, so
Okay,
that-
also,
like-
yeah.
yeah.
I'm totally fine without stam, but influence needs to be.
Yeah,
Like maybe not a
like-
skill, but it needs to be a thing. Like you cannot just just gonna put a terror bird on you and it's
Yeah.
gonna follow me. to the end
Yeah,
of the
I do.
earth.
I agree. I think if you're like kind of especially if you're out of like a render range of the owner, it makes no sense.
I think, yeah, maybe it should leash back
No.
to them.
Yeah, like
That'd be an idea.
I enjoy being a tamer, but I also don't want them to be like busted. Like that's not fun, you know. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
tamers are awesome, but if you just make them too OP, you know, it's just gonna...
I think it's really good that you can jump in the water and get away from them, but then if you get caught out in the field, you're probably dead. Like I kind of, it's not
Yeah.
too bad.
it depends too, right? Like you know, it depends on where you are and stuff. Like if you know a pet guy's on a field, a mounted archer has a good time against it.
But I do work.
In like a forest, in a forest, you know,
What
it's
it
different.
does.
Yeah, true.
I've won some fights in the forest because the mounted archer couldn't.
That looks
Me
like
or
the
the pet.
Santa's shoes.
But
Does the
in
Mulva
open
come
field-
too?
Yeah, yeah.
I thought we weren't getting everything. It sounds like we're getting everything.
Well, we're getting everything if all goes well. Like
Right.
I don't know. I honestly like my guess is if they're gonna strip anything out, it's the weather. But I don't know how
bro, don't
easy
say
it
that,
is.
please.
But let me tell you why though is because the code for the BM's it's like done and it's like working. There's only tweaks
Okay.
that you know what I mean. And then Krampus, the small Christmas event's coming, and they 100% want to get that out before. So like we're at an absolute worst disastrous level, we'll have Krampus for a week, and then we'll probably get a patch a week later. But like if things go badly, they will patch the following week. But we'll see.
Is it
Yeah,
going to
as
be
long as they stay
graveyard
long.
zombies with a hat?
No,
Santa
no.
hat?
It's a small event. Don't expect anything grandiose, but it's not graveyards. I'll tell you that. I can't tell you what, but I think it's better than the graveyard event in the sense that like I think the rewards are better, but it's not. It's nothing crazy.
Christmas event now. You got the axe.
I'm going to
God.
pitch. I'm gonna pitch an event for the elementalism pack.
What the fuck?
So hopefully that gets approved and done, which will be a little
Uber
bit
Eats hates
fun.
late. In fact, 95% of orders are on time. But occasionally, something unpredictable happens.
That's pretty cool.
Well,
To be
my-
honest, the Halloween event was
No.
really good. It was in the graveyard, but it was really good. Everybody
Yeah,
was fighting you.
I think they didn't want to make it huge because like we were putting their time into like the patch, of course, right? But I'm hoping next year we'll have a bit more like back end planning. But me and the writer have a pitch for an event to take place in Sprint 4 that I think could be fun. It could bring people to a certain area. And I think we can include a couple extra elementalism drops. Nothing crazy, but just make it a little bit fun. Like, see, when I think about events, I try to bring people around the map because you want to get people moving, right? And so if you like take a large area and be like, there's stuff here, and then people start going down there, then you know you create PvP fights and all that kind of stuff. And I think that's what makes it fun, right? I wanted to do PvP specific stuff too, but the problem is like we don't have the the GMs currently don't have the tools to facilitate some of my ideas. But now one of the guys that I work a little bit closer with can do like he does like some respawning stuff and whatever. So that's why I've been talking to him and being like, okay, maybe we can do something kind of like quick and easy, but it could be impactful. And it's not a promise, but I'm gonna work on it.
I believe in you, Rob.
I got a question for you.
Sure.
Kind of with UE5, do you think there'll be more tools for you to implement more stuff along the lines of your ideas and stuff? So I'm curious on that.
I don't think UE5 specifically is going to do that, but I do think like once UE5's in place and there's like kind of like a baseline of like stability and things are working all right, I think they may put more time into that kind of stuff. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yeah, because like obviously UE5 is a big milestone for the company, for the game, not just because it's a new engine and that's exciting, but obviously, you know, they want to do the epic release, they got the thievery,
there's
the
a
new
lot
game
coming
experience.
with it, yeah. No, I was just curious if you'd have more tools available to you.
Like I would do more advanced, but the problem is like I didn't want to do the same thing over and over. Like some people like it, some people don't, you know.
Yeah, that's right. It'll get stale quick if you keep doing it constantly.
Even if it's like different mobs and stuff, right? Like especially if it's back to back to back, and people would be like, "This is boring." So
yeah, like it'll get stale for people, and they just wouldn't want to do it anymore. So
breaking
out is kind of good.
I wanted to do somewhat like a King of the Hill, where there's like a chest or a barrel, and then like basically it will eventually spawn something inside of it, so people fight for it. And I wanted to put like 3 or 4 of them on the map, but I wasn't sure we couldn't really do that exactly.
So, back in the beta when I played, I didn't go to the event per se, but there was something similar to that. There was an event with a bunch of undead on a hill, and it was for a couple of days, and a lot of PvP happened over it because that's some items people really wanted.
Oh yeah,
it was like a limited time item.
Was that
you remember that?
I
don't know what it was.
Was that like a couple months before release, or was it kind of farther
it was
back?
a couple months before. I played a while ago, so.
Yeah, it was with the general, right?
Yeah, it was Undead General, and everyone was going there to PvP and shit like that. Maybe something like that could work, where it's like an item that drops off it, or that could drag in a lot of PvP, because everyone wants their items, you know.
Yeah, that's kind of something easy and fun I kind of want to do. For the elementalism, I just think it'd be a great way to implement it for a single patch, and it would be easy enough to do. But yeah, I'm gonna rate.
If you want PvP, that's how you kind of. If you want to
PvP,
that's how you kind of do it. Is you kind of draw it in with that, something people want.
Well, obviously, elementalism's gonna have ways to introduce, like, you know, the spell books and the scrolls and the stuff that's related to that. But having a little event that's kind of just like a 2 to 3 week extra thing that do a little bit more for a couple weeks, I think could be a good idea.
Maybe I don't know, increase spawn rate or some shit.
Well, I wouldn't say it would be a little bit more involved. I think it would include like more spawns and stuff. I don't want to give too many hints, but basically kind of like a mini event. I kind of want to make it as somewhat of a continuation of the last event I worked on, but not related to spiders, obviously, but just something, you know, that that because of that in the lore it caused some stuff, and you know, it's kind of fun.
Maybe even a cool boss with the event as well, man. Everyone loves cool bosses.
Yeah.
They're not a bitch to fight.
Well, I was thinking of something along the lines too of like if we could do like a modified boss out in the open that spawns randomly in 24 hours. You know what I mean? So it's not like it's timer. If there's not like a timer
World
there.
boss.
Yeah.
Give him a massive
I've
cock.
I've got to go,
That's an
guys.
option.
But
All
thank
right.
you for your infos, Robmo.
Later.
See you later, Lourdes.
Have fun with your girlfriend, buddy.
Thank you. See you, everyone.
You're only
Love
allowed
you.
tonight, though, right, mate?
Mwah.
Yeah.
No, what? Were you enjoying the convo? Sorry, boys. Sorry, lads. I'm not a very good. Who can we get there to go?